Hey guys. All right. So today I wanted to have a very short discussion on separation anxiety. What is separation anxiety? What does it look like? Okay. So there are different levels of separation anxiety. At a low level separation anxiety can just look like your dog not eating or drinking when you are not home, whether they are in or outside of a crate. Okay. Medium level can look like your dog not eating, drinking, um, possibly barking and crying excessively when you leave the house and for a period of time after you leave, or hopefully not the entire time you are gone, but sometimes that is the case. Okay, so at a high level, separation anxiety can look like all of those things I've mentioned, in addition to excessive drooling, panting, diarrhea, um, sometimes pee accidents, and destruction. Okay, so whether they are in or outside of the crate, these things can be present. Destruction when they're inside of the crate can look like them eating the actual crate, them escaping the crate. Okay, um, outside of the crate, it can look like them eating through a wall to escape a room that you have shut them into. It can look like them tearing the carpet up or linoleum floor. It can look like them eating a baseboard. So sometimes people have a hard time deciphering whether or not their dog has separation anxiety or if they're just bored. So there's some key factors that I will determine when someone contacts me to see if the dog is just a chewer or if they actually have separation anxiety. And there's different ways to handle each unique situation, but generally speaking, my number one question is, how often is your dog getting exercised? How often are they getting a walk? Okay, walks are very important. When you've got behavior issues, you want to get that physical exercise in. Having a yard is amazing, but sometimes that's not enough, okay? Because neurotic behaviors can still develop even if you have a yard. If you have a yard, you've probably noticed that your dog does the same thing every time you let them out, okay? And what is that? They do a perimeter check. They smell the same area first and then go to another area. It's almost like it's an automatic behavior because they do it every day. So giving them a walk affords them the opportunity to read the newspaper in the neighborhood. They're smelling where all the other dogs have gone potty. They're seeing new squirrels. They're seeing other animals. They're seeing people leave their house. They're seeing cars go down the street. All of this is good mental stimulation. So this is exhausting to your dog. But when they're in the yard and they're doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's not really the mental stimulation that they need. It could give them some physical exercise, especially if you add in, throwing a toy across the yard and they're playing fetch with you. But we really need to get them a walk. And so if someone tells me that they're walking their dog for a mile every day and we're still having issues with any kind of behavior issue, then I'm going to say, okay, we need a structured walk. We need to allow them the ability to sniff and get that physical exercise in, get all those smells in. But then we also need to require them to work on the walk because that's adding in mental stimulation. Okay, so it's not a free-for-all. They're working, they're doing what we need them to do, they're earning rewards. So this is going to really wear them out physically and mentally. All right, so that might not be enough. Okay, just getting that physical exercise, that structured walk in, we need to sometimes add something else. All right, so what do I mean by that? That means that sometimes we need to add a calming, stress reducing pheromone. Okay, whether it's in a collar form. If they're inside of a crate when you leave, you don't want to put a collar on them. You don't want to have a harness or collar, period, on them because they can hurt themselves. They can hang themselves or strangle themselves, and we don't want that. All right. So it comes in a collar form, which is okay if they're off. was going to say off leash. If they're out of the crate, that's fine. But in the crate, I don't want anything on them, especially if they have separation anxiety. We want to use a calming pheromone diffuser or use a calming pheromone spray. There are also calming tablets that we can give them, and there's so many different kinds. Some of them are going to have hemp in them. Some of them are going to have CBD oil in them. Some of them will not have any of that, and they'll have chamomile, tryptophan. And sometimes it takes time to figure out exactly which one works for your dog. Some clients have a high success rate with CBD oil, some don't. Some have better luck with the non-CBD calming tablets. So it really just depends on your dog. Usually I can help you determine that, and sometimes we need to do trial and error. So when we have an extreme level or high level separation anxiety, sometimes it's necessary to have that discussion with your veterinarian and get a prescription medication. Prescription medications are usually my last resort. I like to try natural things first and, try to make sure that they're working. They've got a Kong that they're working on daily. They've got a puzzle toy that they can work with. We're training them. We're really stimulating their brains, okay? We're allowing them to forage. We're giving them their enrichment. But sometimes it is necessary to use medication, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my number one go-to, especially with a young dog or a dog that you've just gotten into your house. Let's say you just adopted a dog. We don't want to go straight into medication, okay? Going straight into medication is usually something that I only recommend if it starts off at an extreme level. If you adopt an adult dog and they've busted out of the crate or they've eaten through a wall, they're freaking out and they're just extreme level of separation anxiety. That's when I'm going to say, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and put them, talk to your veterinarian, let's get them on a medication. And then we can work on possibly tapering them off once they become more comfortable with your environment. But it's usually a last resort with a younger dog that doesn't have a high level of separation anxiety. And I can help you determine that. I can help you determine when we need to talk to your vet. I don't give vet advice, okay? But I will advise you to speak to your veterinarian when I feel it is necessary. Okay, my number one concern is the well-being of your dog and making sure that they are safe at all times. All right, so if you need a consultation for separation anxiety, I am available now for virtual sessions for one-on-one. I will be doing an online seminar, a group seminar for separation anxiety very soon. If you are interested in either one of those, please contact me. You can go to my website and fill out the contact form, and that's jasminethedogtrainer.com. And then you can also contact me directly through my email, which is jasminethedogtrainer@gmail.com. Okay, either I or my colleague will respond to you and get you set up with a one-on-one virtual session if that's what you need, or keep in contact with you for when we're doing the group session. So the one-on-one session is really going to be tailored to what your needs are with your specific dog in your specific situation. All right. The group session is going to be an interactive virtual classroom where everybody's going to be able to take a turn and tell me what their exact situation is. We're going to try and cover everybody's specific situation where I can give advice to everybody throughout that session. It'll be about, I think I'm planning on the virtual sessions being about an hour and a half. If we have a classroom of 10 people, it would be about an hour and a half. So you're not going to get a whole lot of one-on-one, but hopefully with the collective group and hearing the advice from everybody else collected into that one group, that will be beneficial for you, and I really will encourage you to take notes. Okay, if we do the virtual session that's one-on-one, I'm going to record that session and then I will send it to you, send the recording of the session to you so that you can review it and look back on it, and if you have any specific questions over anything that I've covered during that session. The one-on-one session virtually is going to be about an hour and a half. And for right now, from now until the end of October, so from now until October 31st, I'm offering the one-on-one the one-on-one virtual sessions for $75, and it will be an hour and a half. It's just us having a conversation. You're telling me what's going on with your dog. We come up with a plan, and I will have a package rate available for that as well. But if you just want to do one session, it'll be $75, and we can discuss the package rate when you contact me about that. All right, so jasminethedogtrainer.com, fill out the contact form, or go to email me at jasminethedogtrainer@gmail.com. All right, let me know if I can help. I'm here to help. Professionals are here for a reason, okay? Not everybody knows how to handle these situations, and that is okay. I don't bash anybody or look down on anybody for not knowing how to handle a behavior issue with their dog, because it's not something that we naturally know how to do with humans. There are people that are here to help, and I am one of them. And I only do positive reinforcement. I will never ask you to punish your dog, use a shock collar, or anything like that, okay? All right, so yes, I'm open. Please contact me. Let me know if I can be of assistance to you. Thanks.